Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Senior RNY. I'm Raven. I'm 76 years old and I had gastric bypass surgery on December 16, 2019 and Medicaid approved the surgery. Last week I talked about various kitchen tools that are extremely useful for reaching your goals, your weight loss goals. In this vlog I'll be talking about this past year's journey and my successful completion of various goals, and people are feeding me, and I think I know why. If you're curious, please join me on this journey. Continue to watch, and please comment. And suggestions about what to talk about in the future would be helpful too. Thank you. Last week, I talked about various kitchen tools that are extremely useful for reaching your weight loss goals, and I encourage you to use them. I'm still using them. I can see that in the future I will continue to use them because they're trusting the mind to say, yeah, that's 3 ounces is not working. It does not work for me. I need to weigh everything, I need to measure everything, and this is going to be a lifelong thing for me, and it probably is for you too, unless you happen to have one of those plates that has the sizes on them, you know, or something like that. But anyway, this week I'm going to be talking about the goals I reached this past year and a day, and the suggestions to reach yours. A year and a day ago, I moved out of an extremely distressing relationship. I left at night with what I could pile in my car and a couple of $1,000 in the bank, and that was it. I had nowhere to go, no relatives closer than 3,000 miles, no friend that I could camp out on their couch, anything like that. I had the car, which I just got rid of. What was it, last week before? I bought it for $1,000 and almost immediately put $600 worth of work into it. The last time I took it to the mechanic, he said, well, it would cost about $2,000 to fix it up, but if I was you, I wouldn't drive it out of town. And in fact, I wouldn't go more than a mile. So I drove it, you know, twice a month to go grocery shopping or whatever. But, I mean, you know, the car stayed alive. It stayed alive all this time, you know, and it got me where I needed to go, and I did what I had to do with it, and, you know, hey, it was pretty cool. I succeeded. This year and a day that I lived, was the first time in my 76 years of living by myself. A year and a day. That's all. Just a year and a day. I'm 76 years old, soon to be 77. And I had never, ever, ever, except one period for 6 months, ever lived alone. And I want you to know it is a wonderful thing. It is really a wonderful thing. You should try it, you know, if you haven't. Anyway, I survived. So you want to know how I survived, right? I dreamed about it. I made fantasies about it. And then I chipped away at it, and I did this, or I did that, or I did a little bit of this. When I had finally made the decision, okay, this is it, I gotta go, I started packing things. I farmed stuff out to friends. I put things in their storage units. I did things like that, and I did it, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, so it wasn't noticed. And I did it over a period of about 2 weeks. When it finally came down to the decision to leave at that minute, I really had planned to leave in 2 days. But at that point, I had to be out of there. I had to be out of there in a quick hurry. You know, that was just ridiculous. So basically, I dreamed about being free. how I was going to be free, what it was going to look like, what it did. I took action here and there, little pieces of actions, you know, so that it built up into a bigger thing. I used what I had right now, like that $1,000 car, you know. For instance, for the weight loss, I was trying everything. I was doing Weight Watchers, I was doing intermittent fasting, I was doing keto, and that was just in the last year before I left. You know, God knows everything else I tried was Atkins and you name it, you know. It just wasn't working, you know. I just wasn't losing weight, and I believe now that stress will keep the weight on, no matter how much you eat or don't eat, you know, or how you eat or whatever. It will keep the weight on, you know. You got to get over that stress. Anyway, so one of the things I did in order to get my weight under control was I made a picture of myself, which I will put the silhouette right here, because it's somebody else's body. You know, it's copyright, you know, it's obviously copyright, it's somebody else's body, you know. So, but I put my head on it, you know. In fact, not all of it is somebody else's body. It's some is somebody here and some is somebody there, you know. So it's made up of at least 3 people. And then none of it is copyright. So I can't put the original picture here, but I'll put the silhouette. So I would sit and I would look at that picture, and I would imagine that it was on me. I imagined that it was like falling onto me, that it was into me, that I could feel how thin my arms were, I could feel how strong my legs were, how gorgeous my back was, you know, that kind of thing. And I would just sit and revel in that kind of a thing, you know. It was a ritual that I did, you know, even if I can only spend a minute doing it. Every time I happen to see that picture. Now I have on my desktop on my computer so that it changes pictures, my wish and want pictures, every 10 minutes, and that was one of the wish and want pictures, you know. So I would sit whenever it came up and I happened to see it. I'd sit there and imagine that was my body. That's how I looked. That's how I felt. That's how strong I am. You know, that kind of a thing. I took, and I'm taking steps necessary for me to have that body. For instance, I had the RNY surgery. Well, you know, I had stuff to get rid of. The RNY, I walk with effort. Not just walk, you know, stroll down the street. I walk, you know, take steps, you know, do it with a stride, trying to, you know, break up some sweat, which I do anyway. Spinning, I'd spin and dance poi when I get the urge. I'm not very regular with that, and I'm not very good either. I mean, I still bang myself in the head, you know. I find myself laughing and dancing and learning more and having fun in general. And I think that particular step, the laughing, the dancing, the learning, the playing, is necessary part of any goal. You know, too, you have to think about thinking about goals. You consider that everything you see around you, I mean every single thing you've seen around you, is an invention, is a dream that somebody had. Somebody wanted to fly. Somebody wanted to know how to make a better road. Somebody wanted to know how to make a machine that could plow a field without a horse. They wanted the convenience of not having to go get firewood or go get water. You know, someone wanted an easier way to wash clothes. Somebody invented something. They wanted to stop disease. Somebody invented, somebody imagined it, somebody figured out, somebody thought about it. Somebody did it. And you can too. I mean, why not? Why not get on the same boat? Why not get on the same road, path, whatever you want to call it, in the same car? Imagine what you want. Then stop and see the little things that'll help you get there. If you do one of these little things, you know, then this will bring that up, and, you know what I mean? So the question becomes, what do you want? I'm still looking. Still trying to figure this out. I am 76 years old, and I have no idea what I want to do when I grow up. You know, and it's sad. You know, that's the way it goes. And, you know, it's just a matter of asking, you receive. But it's not only asking and then sitting around and doing nothing and waiting for it to fall on your lap. You have to bite away at these little things. You have to, you know, chew it up a little bit. You have to look at it from different angles. You got to do something new, do something different, you know. And I've always thought that thoughts are things. You get what you think about most. So I wanted to get rid of diabetes. Well, RNY breaks that cycle. It's a ritual thing for me. I wanted to get rid of the sugar cravings. I had horrific sugar cravings. I wanted to get rid of the fibromyalgia and the migraines, which still kind of sort of maybe thinks about trying to plague me now still. But it's not nearly as bad or as often or as much or as intense or anything. But I still got them. But I'm going to get rid of them. Okay. I think that sometimes you need help in breaking a habit. In my case, the RNY surgery, I believe, broke the cycle. It gave me, my body, my mind, my consciousness, whatever, the opportunity to regroup and start again from a new position. And in that way, it's similar to ritual, to prayer, to anything else like that. You have to stop. Just stop. And then go in a new direction. Okay? My next goal, is to increase my income. I want my goal to be 10 times my current income. Now, that's not a whole hell of a lot of money. But, and if you're on Social Security, and that's it, it's a lot of money. Okay, so that's my next goal, is to increase my income. I have no idea how this could possibly happen. And personally, I don't think it's my problem. I think it's the universe's problem. The universe needs to figure out how to get me 10 times my current income. Now, I know something will show up. And in fact, probably more than a couple of things will show up. And it's a matter of then trying to figure out which one is the one to choose, or which road should I go down, you know, that kind of a thing. Maybe the knowledge I've gotten and the confidence I've gained from making these videos will bring me gobs of money. God knows how. You know, maybe actually it's the universe's problem. Maybe I'll win sweepstake, or maybe I'll get a lottery. Like, I mean, already got the Trump USA lottery of $1,200, you know. So maybe another one. Maybe, you know, we'll start with the universal income. That would be cool. Now, see, now that would be cool. So anyhow, another one of my goals is to travel and see all of America. I mean, that's from the top of America up in the tip of Canada down to the bottom of America, which is way down at the bottom of South America, and all of the stuff in between, you know. And the benefit of that now, and the possibility of that now, is I now have a car that could do that, you know. And I could drive that, and I could enjoy that and have a great time, you know. Another goal, as crazy as it may seem, is to see every one of the Cirque du Soleils all over the world. Now they've got them in France, and they've got them, you know, Japan, and they've got, you know, hey, I've seen one live program of Cirque du Soleil. I saw Mystère, and I need to go see it again, because there is no way possible to see everything that is going on at one time. If you turn your head, you miss something. You know, it's just, And you missed anyway because they're doing something on the side over there, you know. It's just wonderful. I do watch their 60-minute videos since the COVID thing started, the shutdown. They've been putting up 60-minute specials on YouTube, and it is amazing to watch the strength of some of these women who are athletes that it's unbelievable how beautiful and how strong they are. I mean, it's just unreal. Well, the men are too, but you know how it is. So anyway, my self-sabotaging checkup, okay? I find myself looking for comfort foods. I don't know why. I'm not hungry. You know, I just don't understand. And then people are feeding me, okay? And I think that came out of me cooking and saying, I've got too much, let me take some to the neighbors. Now they're doing things like, do you like cannolis? And I say, yes, I like cannolis, but only one, okay? Just one. If you got to give it to me, give me one. And of course, I could toss it in the garbage, but I never do. A glass of wine? Oh, sure, I'll take a glass of wine. Don't do that too much anymore either. I had started giving away food I cooked. And I told them, you know, I can't eat this, so, you know, and I can't cook a small amount, so can you take this, you know? And so they took it, and now they're reciprocating, you know. So I haven't done any solo cooking. I really haven't done much of any kind of cooking because I'm still eating donated food, and I've got a bunch of it in the refrigerator and a bunch of it in the freezer. And it's good food. I mean, it tastes fat. I mean, I think this comes out of maybe me saying what I really want, what I really need is my own personal chef. Well, it seems to be it's not a person cooking for me. It's of a bunch of people cooking for me, you know. And I have to be grateful for that because I gotta say, I haven't eaten anything so far that didn't taste damn good, you know. And I'm still buying stuff I can't eat. You know, I don't know why. I don't know. I think I have a habit of spending, of buying stuff. And it's really a habit I need to break. I mean, so this time I went to Walmart and I did the Walmart pickup. You know, you order your stuff online and you pick it up at the store, and so you don't have to go through the store, that kind of stuff. Oh, so I just picked up like 10 different kinds of spices. Ask me why. At any rate, I think it's just that I like to spend money, you know. Another habit to be gotten rid of. I don't think that this overweightness problem is a problem in an atmosphere by itself. I think that we have more than one addiction. I know that I've got a shopping addiction. I've got obviously a food addiction. I had a sugar addiction, you know. At one point it was smoking, you know, and drinking, and you know, I seem to go from one to the other. I need to cut them all out, you know. Get healthy. Get a good habit like running or walking or spinning poi or something like that, you know. But I did want the spices because I realized that the food that I have been cooking is kind of bland. And at one point, I did used to use a lot of spices. I used to do a lot of international kind of cooking, which requires a lot of spices. So who knows what journey I'm on, you know. At least it'll taste good on the way there, you know. And not only that, I don't even have to cook it. Somebody else does. I need to clean my refrigerator and get rid of all of those little containers and bits and things of stuff, just so that I could see what the heck is in there, you know. So anyway, the Rowley report. I'll put a picture of Rowley right here so you can see him, because he's slimmed down a little bit. And he's still just as cute as could be. Anyway, I think he's just adorable, actually. Handsome dude. Anyway, since I've been doing more social stuff, since I've been out walking, and there's a lot of people out there walking these days, I've been stopping to talk to people. Depends upon which walk it is. If it's a morning walk, I don't stop and talk to anybody. I just keep going. Anyway, so in the evening walk, I stop and I talk to people, and he's learning to be more social. He'll come and he'll sit next to my leg, you know, which is really nice. But I have to keep him on a short leash because he will attack other dogs. He doesn't bark at the owners anymore, and he doesn't really bark too much at other dogs now. But if he gets nose to nose or nose to butt, that's definitely not allowed, because he starts off nice. He starts off, you know, everybody's nose to nose. You'll have 2, 3, 4 dogs there all smelling each other and carrying on, and all of a sudden he will attack. I mean, he goes crazy. It's like some kind of button got pushed, some switch got switched or something. He just goes insane. So I have to keep him on a short leash for now, you know, make sure that when he sits down next to my legs, I make sure the leash is just long enough for him to sit there next to my legs. Otherwise, he's getting much easier to walk, and he's getting much easier to be around other people. He's not just constantly bark, 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 and bark. So, to sum up, I'm feeling good. I still don't have any regrets about the surgery. Actually, it was terrific. It really was. I would do it again. I'd do it a dozen times. I'd do it again. And that's it. Because it was necessary for me to get on track. It was what I needed to do to get me back to being on track. So, I'm happy. I hope you are too. Okay. So please like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, make some suggestions about what I should talk about, because, you know, I keep rambling, you know. And don't forget to click show more to see the links in the descriptions below. I put some stuff that I came across this week. Doesn't necessarily relate to weight loss, but it was interesting. Okay. So you have a great day. Take care. Blessed be.